investment certificates in the domestic market. The new canal is scheduled to be completed by August 2015, an ambitious target set by President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi.
Welcome back again to my news business, and we were saying about the Suez Canal. Next year's revenues, how do you see them with...
I'm just afraid it's great what we're doing. I'm very optimistic about the development of the area around the Suez Canal, especially that it has been set up as an independent authority. However, global oil prices might force us to reduce the fees, and that's to reduce revenue slightly than what we expected.
It's true that maybe the number of ships will increase. I agree. We'll have a decline in the cost, but the number, based on what we have read, we have 2 ways, and the number will increase by maybe 30% or something?
Yes, but according to the IMF expectations, we are slightly conservative on the global growth next year. So there are economic problems everywhere. There are revolutions everywhere. There are wars and regional conflicts everywhere. There is terrorism everywhere. So there is some concern about global growth and trade. And what President Sisi also stated this time, reinforced that we are part of the global world. We are affected positively and negatively, and we want to do our deed. Alone the Suez Canal as a passage might not have the same revenues, but with the logistics hub in Damietta for commodities and other facilities, especially if we have transit cargo for gas and oil, we might actually have an increase, and share your positivity there.
Well, the other aspect we talked about, everybody was talking about the imminent or the possible cabinet reshuffle. You said people are waiting for that. But then how do you see, you said that President Sisi and the Prime Minister are giving examples, but it seems like sometimes they're just working on one way, and some are working in the other way, or they're not in tune with the efforts exerted in some way. Yeah, we still have problems. The way is long, things are difficult. But then how do you see the performance, or is it a time for the reshuffle, that we're just going to have elections soon, parliamentary elections? How do you see it?
I think the reshuffle is needed badly, but the timing is not now. I would say after the elections, as you have mentioned, because I think, yes, there is a group that is in consistency with the Prime Minister and his thoughts, and another group, okay, they think they are working hard and so on, but maybe it's not the way we want to see it. And this should see some changes in the near future after the elections. Without naming any ministers, but I think that the trade, industry, agriculture, tourism, IT are key ministries that should have the top managers or ministers taken care of. But the problem is most of the people refuse to accept this offer.
Yes.
In the past, they would accept it immediately. But now the problem is so big, and I think that the public opinion is there. They will not let them act the way they used to. They will tell them this is wrong, and the newspapers will jump into that occasion, and they will start attacking them ferociously.
Yeah.
It's not like in the past. So they think twice and thrice before accepting that offer. And this is the dilemma facing now the Prime Minister, to select the ministers that would go into that, how do I say, that strategy of the government. Hopefully will be successful together with the governors. Because I remember President Sadat, late President Sadat said, the governor is considered to be the president in his territory. Maybe it's exaggerated a little bit, but he is there to implement the strategies and the thoughts of the government.
This is very important. We have online Ambassador Bayuni. Ambassador Bayuni? Hello? Yes, Ambassador Bayuni? Hello?
Yes.
Yes, Ambassador Bayumi, how are you, sir?
Fine, thank you.
So we do have a question here. How do you think the demise of the King of Saudi Arabia will affect relationships between Egypt, well, politically and economically, Egypt and Saudi Arabia, in your opinion?
I think that this is historical, traditional relations since the establishment of the newly born Kingdom of Arabia Saudi, its initiator, King Abdulaziz Al Saud.
Yes.
And since then, while Egypt was under the monarchy of King Farouk, the relation was there, and since then, it's always a very strong relations based on exchange of interest among the two countries. Not only we are not talking about trade or investment, we are talking about security, national Arab security and the security of both countries. The two armies are in a very good relations. The two leadership were always in a very good relations. And the new king, King Sultan now, is in charge since some years ago, and I don't think that we shall be faced with any change in the main policies about whether the areas towards Egypt or the Islamic world countries also. So I hope this will encourage us to maintain this very good relations in the future, especially that we have an Arab summit in Cairo next March.
Yes.
Also we have the Egyptian summit for investment in Sharm el-Sheikh also next March. And as you are witnessing the courtesy between the two leaderships, whether the late King Abdullah or our President Fattah al-Sisi, who are in a very good relations with the late King and the Crown Prince, which became the King now. So I am not worried at all, but my sincere condolences to our brothers in the area for this great loss for the Arab world.
Yes. Ambassador Bayumi, Secretary General of the Arab Investors Union, thank you very much for being with us. And we're getting onto our subject. You talked about the governors, and it's true. They say there are governors that present in their own governorates. How do you see the performance? Because there were some, for example, in Suhaig and Upper Egypt, especially, they were just complaining about the governors.
I would say that maybe what we are lacking now is to get some news around the governor, because the governor is the one who does the thinking, who does put the strategies and the plan of actions. But to execute them properly, I think he needs some new blood, young people. And this is the problem we are facing now. The youth, they say all the time, we are not involved in any decision making on the level of the state. So I think it's time now to have a few of those good, brilliant young people to work with the governors once they are selected.
Yes.
Because I meet lots of people, from Upper Egypt, even from the New Valley and so on. They complain, yes, they don't see any improvement in their respective governorates. But, and some governors, they stayed there for many years. And lots of people complain bitterly about Alexandria, which was the jewel of the cities of the Mediterranean, the 50s, 40s, whatever it is. But things are deteriorating in Alexandria. They're not even controllable anymore. So Alexandria is the second most important city in Egypt, and they should give lots of importance to this very important city, the port of Alexandria, by getting new blood into the governorate.
I've lost a minute here to see
I fully agree, and I'm biased towards a younger generation. We always talk youth, we did not define. Global leaders are from 35 to 50. So this is where you have energy, wisdom, all work together. These should be there. I think everybody, most of you are looking forward to a more energetic. We see the successful ministers in the cabinet are in this age range. The governors, some of them and some of the ministers now have what we can call scandals, be it by word or by action, by antiquity issues, by other issues. So the time for change is now.
Yes. Okay. Unfortunately, we came to the end of our time because there's the stock market coming up. So, Dr. Ali Qorei and Mr. Osama, thank you very much for being with us. You honored us with your presence. And we move right now to the news of the stock market.